Hey sci-fi fans, 2025 has been absolutely packed with mind-blowing Netflix shows that push the limits of imagination. From time-bending adventures to alien threats, AI conspiracies, and post-apocalyptic survival, this year's lineup has something for everyone. And honestly, these aren't just shows you casually watch. Stick with me till the end, because in the end, you will must find best recommendations ever. They're the kind that hook you in with twists, stunning visuals, and that irresistible just one more episode feeling. Number 10, Alien Earth 2025.
We don't lock them down. Too late.
This brand new series marks the first time the Alien franchise makes its way to television, and it's already being hailed as one of the most ambitious sci-fi shows of the year. Set in the year 2120, about 2 years before the events of the original Alien movie, the story takes place on Earth rather than deep space, giving the universe a fresh yet terrifying twist. The narrative follows Wendy, played by Sydney Chandler, a unique hybrid soldier who is part synthetic and part human consciousness. She awakens in a world dominated by powerful corporations, where human lives are just pawns in the bigger game of control. While it has the spine-chilling body horror and tension you'd expect from an alien story. Number 9, When the Stars Gossip.
시작도 끝도 없는 광활한 우주에 와보면 알 거야. 여기서는 모두 영브렘이야.
Tell my wife I love her.
2025년 새해를 책임질 포트급.
Coming in at number 9, we've got When the Stars Gossip, a 2025 sci-fi romantic dramedy that takes an entirely different approach to the genre. Instead of the usual dark or action-heavy themes, this one explores love, humor, and human connection in outer space. What starts as a simple meeting soon blossoms into a romance, but not without some very unusual challenges. Between zero-gravity mishaps, emotional struggles, and even unexpected pregnancy complications, their relationship becomes complex. Now, I'll be real with you, the CGI and production design don't always hit the mark. But honestly, the show makes up for it with its refreshing tone, stylish presentation, and the incredible on-screen chemistry between Gong Hyo-jin and Lee Min-ho. For me, it's less about the visuals and more about the charm and heart this series brings. If you're in the mood for a lighthearted, romantic spin on sci-fi, When the Stars Gossip is definitely worth checking out. Number 8, Black Mirror.
I had never seen anything like it.
At number 8, we have the long-awaited return of Black Mirror, which finally dropped its 7th season on April 10, 2025. And let me tell you, Charlie Brooker did not hold back this time. What makes this season extra special is that it delivers the very first sequel episode in the show's history, USS Callister: Into Infinity. It brings back the fan-favorite characters from Season 4's USS Callister and expands that universe in a bold, unexpected way. For me, USS Callister: Into Infinity was the standout, a clever mix of nostalgia and fresh storytelling. But honestly, even the so-called weaker episodes still had fascinating concepts, striking visuals, and that classic Black Mirror mix of unsettling tech and human emotion. Number 7, Devil May Cry.
We stand on the threshold of a new age. The age of...
Dawn is about to descend on this city, causing unimaginable death.
If you're into fast-paced demon hunting with a stylish edge, this one is going to catch your eye. The story follows the iconic Dante as he faces off against a sinister entity known as the White Rabbit in a mystical showdown. Along the way, he teams up with Marianne Arkham to stop a dark ritual that could merge the human and demon worlds forever. What really makes this series pop is its intense, stylish action. From Dante's dual-wielding gunplay to the brutal sword fights, all backed by slick, cinematic animation. Now, I'll be honest, the pacing can feel a little rushed at times, and there's definitely a heavy lean into fan service, which might not sit well with everyone. But personally, I loved how it balanced that gritty, noir-like aesthetic with flashes of cyberpunk flair. Add in those nostalgic soundtracks, and it really feels like a love letter to fans while still being a wild ride on its own. Overall, Devil May Cry may not be the perfect adaptation hardcore fans were hoping for, but if you're looking for a flashy, adrenaline-packed, demon-slaying adventure, it absolutely delivers on the chaos and spectacle. Number 6, The Eternaut 2025. At number 6, we've got The Eternaut, Netflix's gripping adaptation of the classic Argentine graphic novel El Eternauta. This 6-episode sci-fi thriller dropped in 2025, and honestly, it's one of the most haunting series I've seen in a while. The story begins with a deadly, mysterious snowfall blanketing Buenos Aires, a snowfall so toxic it wipes out most of the city's population in an instant. What follows is a chilling survival tale centered on Juan Sarvo and a small group of survivors who must band together against an invisible force that seems responsible for the world's collapse. What really impressed me here is the atmosphere. The snow-covered streets, the eerie silences, and the constant sense of dread make the survival element feel very real. Combine that with strong performances and sharp world building, and it's no surprise the show exploded in popularity. Over 10.8 million views in its first week and a top 10 hit in nearly 90 countries. No wonder Netflix already confirmed a second season. For me, the unique Argentine setting and the way the show explores themes of community, resilience, and collective struggle really make it stand out. If you're into dystopian sci-fi with a deeper message, The Eternaut is definitely worth adding to your watch list. Number 5, Castle Rock 2018.
I did.
It is a 2018 sci-fi horror anthology that dives deep into the eerie world of Stephen King. What makes this show so fascinating is how it weaves together characters, locations, and themes from King's novels to create a brand new story, all centered around the infamous fictional town of Castle Rock. The first season follows Henry Dever, a death row attorney who returns to his hometown after a mysterious phone call pulls him back. Once there, he finds himself entangled in the bizarre case of a nameless man discovered locked away in an underground cell at Shawshank State Prison. Season 2 shifts the focus to Annie Wilkes, yes, the same Annie from Misery, a young nurse who unexpectedly finds herself caught in the rising tension between rival communities, leading to a chilling supernatural showdown. What I love about this series is its slow burn approach. It doesn't rely on cheap jump scares. Instead, it builds an atmosphere of dread, layering in mystery, paranoia, and that trademark small-town darkness King does so well. Now, I'll be honest, if you're looking for fast pacing and constant thrills, this might feel a little too slow at times. Number 4, Sisyphus the Myth 2021. It is a 2021 sci-fi action thriller that really tries to push the boundaries of time travel storytelling. The series follows Han Pei-Zul, a genius scientist and co-founder of a massive tech company called Quantum in Time. Enter Kang So-hai, a mysterious woman from the future who risks everything to travel back in time. Her mission? To prevent a catastrophic event that could end the world. Together, Taesol and Sohei are thrown into a dangerous journey filled with time loops, shadowy organizations, and the moral consequences of tampering with destiny. What stood out to me in this series were the high-stakes action sequences. Some of the futuristic combat and digital espionage scenes looked fantastic and gave it that cinematic edge. And I really liked how the show mixed heart with spectacle, adding emotional depth to all the sci-fi chaos. Number 3, Star Trek Enterprise 2001 to 2005.
Fine.
It is a prequel series that takes us back to the very beginning of humanity's journey into deep space. What makes this series so fascinating is how it explores those firsts in Starfleet history, humanity's earliest encounters with alien civilizations, the initial steps toward diplomacy, and the growing pains of interstellar exploration. Story arcs like the Xindi War and the Temporal Cold War add real stakes and a darker edge compared to some of the other Star Trek shows. Now, I'll be honest, the first couple of seasons struggled with uneven writing and pacing, but once the show hit its stride, the later seasons delivered some fantastic storytelling, stronger character development, and a deeper dive into the lore that longtime fans crave. In many ways, Enterprise is an underrated gem. It may not always get the recognition of The Next Generation or Deep Space Nine, but for anyone curious about how the Federation came to be, this series is a rewarding watch filled with history and tension. Number 2, Titans 2018 to 2023.
I was wrong.
We've got Titans, the gritty DC Comics adaptation based on the beloved Teen Titans characters. Running from 2018 to 2023, this series follows Dick Grayson, once Batman's sidekick Robin, as he struggles to forge his own identity, eventually becoming Nightwing. Along the way, he pulls together a team of troubled young heroes, including Starfire, Raven, and Beast Boy, to take on enemies both in Gotham and across the cosmos. One of the show's biggest strengths is its slick production. The fight choreography, special effects, and darker visual tone really set it apart from other superhero TV. Titans succeeds in delivering a more mature, edgy version of the Teen Titans story, blending character-driven drama with hard-hitting superhero action. If you're a DC fan craving something darker than The Flash or Supergirl, this one definitely deserves a spot on your watch list.
Number 1, Manifest, 2018 to 2023.
Give me a do-over.
Something inexplicable is happening.
I think we died on that flight.
How much? The plane explode.
Sounds insane, but I can feel the tail fin beckoning me.
We have Manifest, the supernatural sci-fi mystery drama that first aired in 2018 and was later completed on Netflix with a 20-episode 4th season. The story begins with Montego Air Flight 828, which mysteriously disappears mid-flight while traveling from Jamaica to New York. When the plane finally lands, the passengers discover that more than 5 years have passed in the outside world, yet none of them have aged a single day. What follows is a gripping journey as the survivors begin experiencing strange callings in the form of visions and whispers, pulling them into a larger mystery involving time, fate, and supernatural forces. For fans of shows like Lost or Fringe, Manifest offers an addictive mix of sci-fi suspense, emotional depth, and mystical wonder, making it one of Netflix's most talked about sci-fi mysteries of the decade. And that wraps up our list, everyone. From time-bending thrillers to alien invasions and dystopian nightmares, 2025 is already proving to be a massive year for sci-fi fans. Let me know in the comments which of these series grabs your attention the most, or if there's one I missed that deserves a spot. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.